Good morning, candidates. Welcome to Iloilo Science and Technology University as your assessment center. And I am JV as well, an accredited assessor for web and pastry production and seafood. So how do you feel today? Candidates, you don't have to feel nervous because we're here to check your level of competency on bread and pastry production and seafood qualification. Okay? So now, before we proceed to the assessment proper, I would like to welcome the presence of Dr. Arlene Jimenez, our TESDA representative, and Mr. Abunda, our assessment center manager. Candidates, you don't have to worry about their presence because they're here to oversee if the conduct of assessment is prescribed methodology and standards set by the assessment and certification of TESDA. Okay? So now, we have here also Ms. Abby Pacifico, our goalkeeper. Okay, so candidate, now I will check your attendance first. Okay. Ms. Mariana Esplora P. and Ms. Miego Mary Lucy. Please leave your admission slip. Thank you, candidates. So now, here is your self-assessment guide, that indication that you can perform the inter-task for BPP and C2. And today, I will administer the assessment for bread and pastry production and seafood. So candidates, the purpose of this assessment is to check the level of your competency, enumerated, and qualification for bread and pastry production and C2 qualification. Okay? So here, I have 5 core competencies. First, prepare and present bakery products. Second, prepare and present pastry products. Third, prepare and present gâteaux, tarts, and cakes. Fourth, prepare and present petit fours. And lastly, present dessert. And candidates, you will be performing the following. First, soft roll. Second, meringue pie with goat tart. Third, Swiss roll butter with buttercream frosting. And lastly, cream puff. Candidates, the method that I'm going to use for this assessment are demonstration and oral questioning. The result of your assessment could be competent and not yet competent. This type of assessment is COC or Certificate of Competency if the result of your assessment is not yet competent. You will only take which competency you are rated as NYC or not yet competent. And what you need to apply is to practice and review your modules. If you're confident enough, you need to apply for reassessment at Assessment Center. Candidates, if you can't understand the instruction, don't hesitate to ask me because I'm very much willing to help you. Or I will translate the item in our vernacular which you could not understand. My candidates, this assessment is confidential. I repeat that this assessment is confidential. I, you, and personnel inside this assessment center keep the result confidential. If you are not conforming with the result of your assessment, you are free to write an appeal to the provincial office addressed to the provincial director. If you need personal necessity, our CR is located at the TAB building and our canteen is located beside the N building. Candidates, before you start, I will give some do's and don'ts during the assessment. Okay, please listen carefully. First, practice safety all the times. Second, use PPE or personal protective equipment which are hairnet, apron, and towel. Third, avoid using cell phones. Fourth, don't eat inside assessment center. And lastly, don't disturb your co-candidates. Okay? So before that I will distribute your number, please read the specific instruction so that you will be able to know what you are going to do during this assessment. I will distribute to you your number now. Candidates, any questions or clarifications? Okay, if none, here is your number from 1 to 10. Number 1, 10, please proceed to your corresponding table number. Candidates, so here are the materials, equipment, and tools and ingredients that you will need in baking. Ms. Abby Pacifico will help you and assist you regarding that your needs in baking. So candidates, I will give you 8 hours to finish your task. Please put your output in the presentation table on your designated number. After your demonstration, I will ask a question related to your demonstration. And after that, I will give feedback. Okay, candidates, While you are preparing and performing the task, I will observe you using this rating sheet. And again, remember that safety first. So candidates, you may start now. Okay, candidates, it is almost time. Please make sure that your area are well cleaned. And please, candidate number 1, proceed to the feedbacking area. So candidates, how's your assessment? Okay, so since you have done the demonstration, I will give first question to know your underpinning knowledge. Okay? So, why do we need to wash and sanitize the tools and materials before baking? Okay, so candidates, based on my observation on your oral question, you have answered all the questions correctly. Based on your demonstration on 4 projects and 4 baking products, you have done within 8 hours. Okay? So, on your soft roll, the texture is good, the color is golden brown, the appearance is good as well as the number of slices. In your meringue pie and bow tart, the texture is good, the dough is very crisp, the appearance is really good because you remove the excess dough. And then the Swiss roll, the texture is nice, it is really fluffy, and you are able to roll under the uniform size. And then the cream puff, it is nice because it is puff, and then the color is golden brown, and you cook it properly, especially the caramelized sugar. Candidate number 1, all in all, you are competent. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so here, please sign the rating sheet and cards. So candidate number 1, you may claim your cards signed with Assessment Center Manager at Assessment Center. And you can claim your NC2 certificate at the Provincial Office within 3 working days after this assessment. And please bring 100 pesos for certification fee, 1 passport size ID picture, and present your cards. Again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Candidate number 2, please proceed here at feedbacking area. Okay, so candidate number 2, how is your assessment? Okay, so since you are done with your demonstration, and I will ask you a question related to your demonstration, okay? So it is, okay, my first question is it necessary to preheat the oven before baking? Okay, candidate number 2, based on my observation on your oral question, you have answered all the questions correctly. And based on your demonstration on 4 projects or the 4 baking products within 8 hours, you have done. So on your soft roll, the texture is good, the color is golden brown, the appearance is really good. While in meringue pie and bow tart, the texture is not yet good, the dough is not crisp, and the appearance is not really good. While in your Swiss roll, the texture is nice and it's really fluffy, but the roll is not uniform size. And your cream puff did not puff well. Okay? Okay, candidate number 2, if you will be given a chance to rate yourself 1 to 10, what would it be and why? Okay, candidate number 2, so the result of your assessment on your soft roll is okay, but the Swiss roll is not. The meringue pie is not also, and the cream puff. I'm so sorry, but you are not competent. So candidate number 2, I'm so sorry, but all in all, the result of your assessment is NYC or not yet competent. So I suggest you need to practice or review your module, and if you are ready and confident to take the assessment, you have to apply the assessment center for reassessment. And if you will assist, if there, the schedule of the assessment or the assessor is available. Okay, candidate number 2, please assign the rating sheet or the cards. You may claim your cards to the assessment center signed with the assessment center manager, and you can claim your COC certificate of competency at the provincial office within 3 working days after this assessment. And please bring 100 pesos for the certification fee and 1 passport size ID picture and present your cards. But I suggest that you can take a reassessment on the competency where you are rated as NYC or not yet competent. What you need to do is to study and review well, and if you were ready and confident to take the reassessment, you will reassess if there is schedule available. Okay, candidate number 2, I will remind you that you have bring your cards for reassessment so that they will know what competency you are going to take. Again, study hard and be ready. Okay?